What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files. Happy Thursday. There's one more day before we wrap up this week, and I am very excited about wrapping up this week. A lot of movies to check out, lots of figures to review, and hopefully just relax a little bit in the middle, somewhere in those random spaces. But I've been reading the chat anxiously because this is a big Friday, which I'm very much looking forward to. And not just because of the work week, but because we're getting our final Marvel Legends live stream of 2024. And for this one, the team is going to break down their favorites of the year. They do this draft, we know it, and it comes through all the time. And I think this is a really strong year for Marvel Legends. So we will get to that later on, probably the top of the 9 o'clock hour ish. So we'll get into that soon. But I've been reading the chat very enthusiastically because there's a lot of great content in there already. And I can't wait to hear what you all think as you break down the best of Marvel Legends 2024. But first off, before I get into all that, let's start by recognizing the VIP members here at Lyles Figure Files. Lawson Wallace, Jamlin Parks, Jay Woods, Blake Tarpley, James Green, Ryan Daly, David Thanos, Badgerwolf Prime, Tom Finn, 2018, Henry G, Lefty Two Lions, BK, John Morrissey, Robert Hayes, MOC Turtle, and Nathan William. Thank you all so much for supporting this channel. And it's been a slow week in terms of video production, but I'm hoping to do a lot more in the weeks to come. I've got a 2-week break coming up, so get ready to be inundated with plenty of video content, some exclusive to you all. I did review my Dragonfly, the classified series HasLab Dragonfly. Gosh, that thing was amazing. And I was so excited about it. I'm like, oh man, I can't wait for the Rattler now. And whatever we're going to see shown from Hasbro next year for the Joes. Is it going to be a sea vehicle? Is it going to be a tank? Who knows? I just know I'm excited and looking forward to seeing what they're going to show. And then, of course, with 2025, we're going to see some more of those, not quite HasLabs, but somewhere in between, like the Sentinels, like Dragon Man. I think it wrapped up since the last time we spoke. How many Sentinels did you all get? I might have gotten some. But let's see, before I go any further, because I also need to thank, these guys. Our super supporters here at Lyles Figure Files, Kwame Taylor, Tom Finn 2018, coming in again for that one. So thank you guys so much. I definitely do appreciate it. Now let's see what's going on in the chat. I will probably skip ahead, just fair warning. All the comments about Marvel Legends, I will get to them when we start talking about it. But I just want to make sure you guys knew I wasn't ignoring your comments. Jalen says, was this one of the best years for Legends? I feel like yes. I feel like this is a really hard one to say no. And I need to go back through. I have a page on my website breaking down every year. So I think this one stands up pretty strong. So now, guys, howdy, partner. Tip of the hat to you as well. Lawson Wallace is here. David Thanos. What's up, guys? Y'all here early. Yeah, it was the chat was jumping even before 8 o'clock. Love to see that. David says, I'll say this. There were only 2 lines that were consistent, Marvel and Jada with the Street Fighter line, which if for some crazy reason Hasbro loses Marvel, I would love them to go to Jada. I know that's so popular, but I still don't see how Jada can handle the workload of Marvel in the sense that collectors would be happy. Now, maybe they'd be satisfied getting 6 figures a year from Marvel and like, oh, these are so amazing. I'll keep waiting for 10 years to get a near complete Avengers, X-Men, Fantastic Four, etc. I mean, if you look at it from that perspective, let's try that again. From that perspective, if they just focus, say, on the Fantastic Four, we would get them. We get Reed, Sue, Ben, Johnny, Doctor Doom, because he's always a must, and Namor and Silver Surfer, and that would be it for an entire year. Now, most likely what we'd see is they'd spread them out over the course of a few years. So it could take several years to complete the Fantastic Four. as great as they've been doing with the Jada Toys, Street Fighter, and Mega Man offerings, they haven't done a lot of 2-packs, which I think for Marvel are really necessary, and not just 2, 3, 4, 5-packs, because it helps complete and knock out teams faster. So until Jada can get to that level, I don't know if they're ready to handle Marvel Legends just yet, or Marvel 6-inch figure line. All right, let's see here. Oh, yes. I'm going to ask you all that too. I need to find that She-Hulk. Hopefully, I see it in Ross. I did see that. That was crazy. Not that I saw She-Hulk there, but that whole Iron Man retro wave of figures is showing up at Ross. I think it's $7.99, $9.99. I went to Ross this week on Sunday, and I found this guy. I was pretty happy about it because, I just got him for a head sculpt. But Tire Force Dusty now, and he was indeed $7.99. So I was very excited about that. I did see some Marvel figures for $12.99. So the reports of Ross raising the prices because collectors are coming there to buy is true, but I don't think it works out for Ross. I think having those figures for $7.99, $9.99 made Ross such a tempting option. And if they go to $12.99, then that just means unless Ollie's doesn't get them, or collectors are just going to wait till they trickle down to Ollie's. They're going to bypass Ross. They're not going to be an option anymore. They're just going to now wait till I find it the absolute cheapest, which would be at this point now Ollie's. So I think Ross probably needs to readjust. And I haven't seen that many figures since I've been going back since late October. Have you all? The King Collector's here. King's in the building. What's up, y'all? What's up, King? Let's see. David Thanos. Funny story. I have most of the Marvel Legends from this year still in the box. Need to find space for them. What is that like? Blake Tarpley's here. What's up, figure filers? What's up, Blake? How are you, my man? Chi Brew. Hello. Hello, you as well. Hello there. John Morrissey. Happy Thor's Day, Figure Fanatics. 2024 is my favorite year of Marvel Legends because it's the year that I discovered Lyle's Figure Files in this terrific community. Excellent. That's good news. So I'm very happy to hear that. And tell your friends, spread the word. Mr. Jones is here. What's up, man? How are you? What's up, Lawson? Kelly Cox. What's up, Kelly? Holy Bowman's excited. I am too. I'm going to mention that reveal today soon. NPUT reviews and customs. Hey guys, what's up, NPUT? So I just unboxed my Ultimate Steiners. If you're fans of tag teams, it's a must-have. Yeah, I feel like I've done some pretty sizable damage on my wish list of figures that have come out this year. The Steiners and the Heart Foundation are probably my top ones. And of course, Alpine. I think Alpine's number one. And then closely behind him are the Steiners because we didn't really get good versions of them from Jax. I think we had to wait till they were in that TNA phase before we got a non-Big Papa Pump holla if you hear me figure. So definitely have my eye on them because I'll be so close to having the full dudes with attitudes. And man, I wish Sting had signed one of those WWE license deals like Billy Gunn did, so he could do whatever the heck he wants to do in AEW, but we can still get better figures from Mattel. Anyway, looking forward to that. Lefty Two Lions BK, president accounted for. Good evening, figure filers. What's up, Lefty? Lawson, hope your 49ers can pull this game off, Jeffrey. I gotta be honest, I'm because I lie most of the time. Don't you hate when people say that? I'm not quite sure I know this for sure. This team of 49ers does not deserve to go to the playoffs and, take that quick loss. I would rather the team take a breath, think about these last 3 years where we've been in the NFC Championship game, go to the Super Bowl, have all this heartache, just recollect, get some rest, get healthier, and then come back next year stronger, like we did in 2021 after that injury-riddled crazy season that was 2020. So I'm okay with not going this time because, I mean, geez, it's been rough. What's on my shirt? Let's see. Bam. I've got some new shirts and we rocking real soon. More on that soon. Jibru, I got to work Saturday. As soon as I clock in tomorrow, I'll be in overtime. Nice. Not so nice about the Hives, though. Dragonfly looks so fine. All the figures look fantastic, too. Yeah, Lawson, it was, you know, you kind of have that hope, just like with Giant Man, where, oh man, I really think this would be an awesome addition to the line. And then they show it, and I was like, hey, that looks pretty good. And then when you get it in hand and it's every bit as satisfying as you were hoping it would be, it is like, yes, this is awesome. And that's how I felt with both Giant Man and the Dragonfly. Excuse me. JMC. What's up, Jeff and crew? What's up, Jay? How are you? MPT's reviews and custom was Retro Moon Knight and Firestorm this year. I love those figures. I don't know when I get my McFarlane figures. I want to say Firestorm. You probably can't see lurking behind Batman and Superman. He's right there in the middle there, but you probably can't see him. But I think he came out this year. Retro Moon Knight. I think so. Because they gave us the West Coast Avengers too. I feel like earlier in the year we got Retro Moon Knight. Rick Cage, boom! Green Lantern Cage is beamed into the room. Greetings all. What's up, Rick Cage? David Thanos. Finally, a good Thursday night football game and figure files. Great way to start the weekend. Absolutely. MPT's reviews and custom. Oh man, an X-Men 97 Wolverine was fantastic. Him, I'm pretty sure was last year, but yeah, very good figure. Mr. Jones, all the Street Fighter figs from this year are some of my top figs of the year. When do they start? Because that's tricky for me. I started collecting those figures late. I don't know which were 2024 releases, which were 2023 reels or releases. Lost. One thing about Hasbro, they're a well-oiled production machine. They're used to putting out a high volume of toys, and they have the facility to handle multiple lines at once. Absolutely. Mr. Jones, my Ross has a bunch of that She-Hulk. That is wild. I think it's wild because, you know, they just did their big sale and She-Hulk was not part of it. And she's a constant, I don't want to say sellout, but she's one that's really hard to find when that line was in stores. She was the one that was most gone often. She was the one that was the fastest to disappear from the pegs. I thought it would be Count Nefaria, Whiplash. I figured She-Hulk would be pretty popular too, but I was like, wow, she's never on the pegs. But yeah, good stuff. Yeah, people are seeing like full sets of this wave in She-Hulk, all these Iron Man versions, which are really great figures. And it's wild because I don't know, collectors are just like, I'm gonna wait till they hit Ross, wait till they hit Ollie's. But those were some of the best figures, that whole wave, some of the best that Hasbro put out for Marvel Legends all year. Wasted Youth Comics and Action Figures. Love that title. Great channel, sir. Thank you. Saying hey from Cape Breton. I feel like I said that wrong. Cape Breton, maybe? Nova Scotia. We need a Sauron single deluxe release. What fig would you want? That was a hard find. So I do have that Sauron figure, but my figure, I don't know if mine was just really special, but his wings, the arms, don't stay locked into the torso, so they come off pretty easily. I don't know if I'd be opposed to getting a single deluxe version of him where all the joints are a little bit tighter because it feels kind of flimsy. I mean, if this is the only Sauron I get, I'll be okay. I think I might be a little upset about having to get some of those random Deadpools, but I don't think he would be a bad one to see re-released for everybody. And what fig would I want that was a hard find? I don't know. They've done the Cabal set, the Amazon exclusive that is right now $179. it's weird because I feel like there's never been an Amazon set that's sold out to this degree where it's like people are like, oh no, we got to get them. So I don't know if Amazon's hoarding a bunch. I thought we'd see some more come, Black Friday. Hey, look, they're back in stock. I think people would have jumped on them for that regular price and not waited around for a sale, which I think is what happened to some people. But yeah, hopefully they'll get some more of those because that's the ones I want to see back out. Randall G's here. I just saw a photo of Titan class Star Convoy. Must need. Got the Steiners in the LJM Major Benny's Road Warriors. Nice. What do you think about the Steiners? Steiner line. Blake says whichever company gets the license, despite what they might have put out in their previous lines, when they be under contract to pump out more figures a year like Hasbro did, I don't know about that. But I mean, I would think, you can't have a company go. I mean, you couldn't, as Hasbro, as Disney, you wouldn't want to go from a company that's putting out close to 100 figures a year to one that's even at like a super generous estimate, putting out 20. That didn't make any sense. I mean, they've got movies coming out that people I'm pretty sure are excited about. I know I'm excited about this new Captain America Brave New World, and I think they can mine that for a bunch of figures for at least a couple waves. I know they've got 3 deluxe figures, but the movie turns out and it works. They'll do some more figures based on that. I mean, they're still cranking out figures from the first phase, the Infinity Saga. So I think they could crank out more, from Hawkeye, Captain America. And there's these 2 Avenger films coming. So I think for that reason alone, Hasbro is definitely incentivized to keep rolling with the Marvel license because they're seeing all that green. They've got the dollar signs in the eyes with those Avenger films and how many various figures they can do. Those Titan class cheap figures that kids buy or their parents buy for their kids when they don't want them breaking up $25 Marvel Legend figures. So I think it's just, I can't really see a way why Hasbro or Disney would want to move on from this. Love TT Lions been hitting my local Raw stores in search of that Dreadnought Soundwave. No luck yet. Did get MCU Bruce Banner for $13. That's what I'm talking about. So they're not $9, $8 like we were enjoying last year. But I don't know. I mean, that's a good find for that. And he's a really good civilian body, too. Great for your wrestling crowd. Jelly Jam's here. Evening, fam. What's up, Jelly Jam? Henry G is here as well. What's up, Rock? What's up, Jeff? Happy Thursday, my friend. Hopefully yours was good, too. Thursday crew. Hope everyone is doing great. Same. Hope you're doing well, too. King Collector, free those figures. Don't leave them in the box. The only reason my figures are in the box is because I'm behind on reviewing them. They will be freed as soon as I can get some of these stuff moving ahead. Lawson Wallace, want to see a Steamboat Youngblood box set sometime in the future. Jeffrey, Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling's classic baby faces. Would we want to see them against the Briscoes or we want to see them against Carnoodle and Slaughter? I feel like Carnoodle's probably never going to get a figure. And Briscoe, we've at least got Jerry, and I feel like Jack was a bigger star. So maybe that's the territory box set. Speaking of old school classic fans, Paul Orndorff's son recently announced that the WWE and they've got an extension with the Paul Orndorff license. So we're going to see more Paul Orndorff figures coming from Mattel. Hopefully one, maybe even a Coliseum collection lineup to match the Roddy Piper, to match the Hulk Hogan and the Mr. T. So we can get the full WrestleMania 1 main event, at least with the wrestlers competing in it. That would be really cool. And get him in the Great Articulation Ultimate Edition with white tights and the blue tights. I mean, I want more Mr. Wonderful figures. So that's really good news. Dark Primus is here. What's up, man? What's up, Jeff? Happy Thursday evening. Happy Thursday to you as well. Dark Knight 297's here. Jeff, Figure Files crew. What's good, everybody? What's good, Dark Knight? Henry G wants to know, hey, Jeff, are your Niners going to pay Brock? Yeah, because we can't pay Brandon Allen or Josh Dobbs. Got to do it. Oh, I still don't know who or what is on your shirt. So it's a bison, Howard Bison. So that's the Howard, and then it's the bison coming through, storming through, stampeding through. Mr. Jones, my wrestling knowledge isn't current since I haven't really watched since the 80s and a little around 2001. But did they make a fabulous Moolah figure yet? Jax did. Mattel probably will never make a fabulous Moolah figure. But the great thing about Moolah is she's one of the few, oops, I should have put figure, who the Jax version is perfectly fine. You won't need, they actually like kind of stuffed her, her mold. So she had like her outfit is set up in a way where she is bulkier, which is fine because Moolah was never in some fantastic shape of like, oh man, check this out. So, oops, here is Fabulous Moolah from Jax. And I think that's a figure you can get pretty cheap. So the head sculpt is good. She came with that jacket and the padded singlet. And, you know, her legs are a little bit too slender because it's using the base body of all the other female figures they did, which of course does not work for Moolah. But they did pad her out. So they don't really have a good elite figure that would work for like a larger woman like Moolah was. But that's your best bet because Mattel's not making a figure of her. Kelly Cox says, so about the HasLab, after holding the Dragonfly, would the whale be too big? I mean, I could take the Dragonfly in my hand and I feel like, you know, the whale doesn't need to be palmed in my hand. So you think like this big? I would make room on the shelf for the whale. And yeah, it just goes without saying. Let's see. 58 hours, G Brew. That is a lot, my friend. Vin Doom, what is going on, Figure Files crew? My main man, 100 grand Jeffrey. What it is? I'm sneaking to watch tonight because it's my wife's birthday. Out to dinner now. Happy birthday, Mrs. Doom. Hopefully, you guys have a great time celebrating her. G Brew, speaking of Hasbro, I'm impatiently awaiting the arrival of last year's Ghostbusters HasLab. Where's my? I don't see what you put the rest of the way. I don't know. Okay. So I don't know why I didn't show up. It's weird. What did you pick up for Black Friday? Well, I didn't go to the stores. I'm blaming my brother for that. But I did get some deals. Lots of deals. And I have them at the ready. So I'm prepared this time. On the Star Wars front, Anakin, Padme from Phantom Menace, Super Battle Droid to destroy my Jedi. And then I took advantage of that crazy sale to finally get the black and gold Black Panther, to get Icarus, to get Kazar, to get Wolfsbane, and to get this guy who for some reason was the first one of that way that I opened up to review. So it's crazy. Black Winter Thor. More fun than I thought, even though I really just got him for Zabu's head. So that was cool. I got my guy Brock Purdy, and I paid for Brock, so I guess the Niners should too. Platinum edition, so that's cool. Even though I'm opening them. And got this, finally, Phoenix Jean Grey. Thank you to my friend. And I got the MAFEX Bane, but he's too far away for me to grab. And let's see. And then I have a box from Entertainment Earth that I haven't opened up yet, but one of those things is Stinger. So took advantage of that sale to get that. What you get? What's up, Ryan? How are you? Lawson, I'm looking forward to my Secret Wars figures coming in. They look good. Did you get all 6? DJ Jedi, what it do, Laos Figure Files crew? What's up, DJ Jedi? How are you? You know, G Brew, I'm kind of with you. I mean, so many times I read complaints about Marvel Legends. Oh, they need to do this. They need to scale the characters. So they need to do a great job with articulation. They need to make it look like the comic book. I've said that sometimes, but we got one with She-Hulk. And I mean, in fairness, it really felt like she was not sitting around at the pegs. I don't know how she ended up at Ross because that's crazy to me. So I don't know. Devin B, what's up? Danny Cash, Ghost Rider figure of the year for me. Jumped off the page. So many great figs this year. I found a Plo Koon Jedi Ross today. Are you kidding me? Wow. Good score after watching Skeleton Crew. What do you think of Skeleton Crew? I actually liked it. I thought it was pretty fun. And looking forward to watching more. I'm still not sure about getting those figures, but I really enjoyed the show. Rick Cage says, MJ is basketball, magic. Ollie is boxing. Likewise, Hasbro is Marvel Legends, and Jada is Street Fighter. Let them do what they do best. And what they do ain't very good, bub. Michael Solis, it's Figure Files time. Yes, it is. What's up, Michael? G-Room. I picked up a second Deluxe Marvel Legends Phoenix and G.I. Storm Shadow this week. The latest one. I wanted the Phoenix Raptor and Fire Stand for some display ideas, and I've been playing with jeans since I bought the second one. Nice. Jamelin, I absolutely want a Sauron single release. I was unaware of him when he first came out. I wasn't really keeping up with things online as much. Yeah, I'm sure he is stupid expensive now. Blake, this week got the McFarlane 7-inch Riddler, the Jim Carrey, or the classic one, and Marvel Legends Deluxe Black Widow. Great figure, that Black Widow. And if it's the classic Riddler, that's a really good one. And the Jim Carrey one looks good. I just don't have it to say one way or the other. But I really love the Riddler. And that Penguin, for sure, he's in my top 10 of 2024. He just did an excellent job on that dude. And I'm sure when I open up this Silver Age Joker, love that Joker. He's going to be on the list too. I bought the entire way from Big Bad Toy Store and FedEx, lost my pile of loot. Boo. It was sold out at that point. I hate losing the pile of loot. That's no good. Boris Mortis, what's up? How are you tonight? Lawson, I'd want to see them against the Briscoes or Slaughter and Knuddle. Both would win. Both would win big with me. I mean, we do have a Slaughter and we have one, an Ultimate Edition, no less, that would work out just fine fighting Steamboat. Of course, we would need him in the trunks, but I guess we have enough trunk figures. We could just stick the head from that Coliseum collection version and have Mid-Atlantic version Rick Steamboat. But yeah, I mean, a Jay Youngblood would be pretty fun. Snake Eyes got another game from Black Friday deals. I got Silent Hill 2 remake. Nice. So I get 4 games and I get sick. Why did you get sick? Top Fin 2018. Steam, which is ironic because his name is actually Richard Blood. Steamboat Youngblood versus Snooker Stevens. There you go. Of course, we're not going to get another Jimmy Superfly Snooker figure either with a Gene Anderson Build-A-Figure. I mean, I want an Oli figure. Get my original 4 Horsemen. Big Little Collectibles. What's up, guys? Sorry I'm late. Just got back from Christmas shopping with the wife. Well, you almost made it sound like a punishment. Hopefully you got something good for yourself. Because I'm always of the my ratio is bad. Like from Black Friday till like Cyber Monday, it's 4 for me, maybe 1 for somebody else. And that don't have anything for anybody else yet. Still working on that. Hopefully you got some good stuff. Yes, I did. I went to Howard. Started in 93. I won't tell you when I graduated. It was a couple years later, maybe a little bit too late, but yes, I did. Had a great time there. If they make a figure of Mr. Wrestling, Tim Woods original, I buy 4 of them. I feel like we should just get a basic mask where we could just make our own Mr. Wrestling. 2. Mr. Jones, yeah, I was a fan as a kid in the 80s and Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling cartoon. Yes, definitely. How long did that show last? But I feel like so many of us watched it and finally remember it. Mouthwash. That seems weird. But it's fun tonight, guys. Lawson. Kazar is such a nice figure. Yeah. And I was waiting for what's her face? Red Widow to drop to that $14.99 price. She never did. And then Pulse Premium, they had their big sales. That was good. Took advantage of that too. And she was on that. But I don't know. I needed some more figures that I didn't have. because I just had other stuff that was just going to be army builders. I was like, I don't have to. And I feel like she's going to be on there later. Although having a half done Zabu might prompt me to get him. And I'm still waiting on Cable. But speaking of Cable, let's see if he's still there. So Entertainment Earth actually had Cable back up for pre-order, which is awesome. Let me see if he's still there. I did post this in the dashboard for everybody because I was like, oh shoot, he's actually here. And the only reason I saw that he was there was someone actually got him from me. Someone actually got him, and I was checking my Entertainment Earth account. I was like, hey, look, somebody bought a Cable. I was like, wait, how did they buy a Cable? And he was back in stock, or pre-order at least. So he is sold out again. Shocker. Pre-sold out, but that's encouraging that, maybe once they get this shipment in, there'll be more Cables to get. So if he does indeed pop back up, I'll make sure to let everybody know, because that was really cool to see Cable show up out the blue. Henry, I hope we get more comic Eternals. Yeah, which ones would you want to see? I mean, Cersei in her original green and white costume would be great, because that way she could, just hang out with the Eternals, hang out with the Avengers. And I think if we're going to continue with that Avengers Eternals theme, I want to get Star Fox. So I don't know how many others I really need after those guys, but those two for sure. Phoenix is nice despite her non-wavy hair. Yeah, Lawson, it is. I'm looking at it because I could actually look at her and you can see that I'm looking at her right here. But I wish they would just, even if it was just one of the head sculpts, do that old school look. Because I mean, I don't know why they do this modern hairstyle for characters that are clearly based on an old school 70s, 80s style. Go with the 70s, 80s hairstyle. I mean, I don't know what the deal is with that, but whatever. Jibru, I don't think last year's Ghostbusters HasLab has started shipping yet. It won't unless you've gotten their 42 emails saying, hey, check your address. We were supposed to get an update on shipping information by the 18th of last month to make sure it went to the right address. Ryan, I got a shipping soon email from Pulse for my Secret Wars Titanium figure. The thing is, I got this same email 3 weeks ago. Some of my buddies had that same issue. I think it was November 20th. So yeah, it was weird because I think they were expecting her, unlike some of the other people who just gone into stores and seen the wave. Malcolm Lee, Sweet Hall, thank you. Just 2 figures, Wolfsbane and Cave Batgirl. Which Batgirl is that one? Lawson Wallace. I had the original real Ghostbusters figures and the Ecto from 84, 85. Nice. Henry G, how many Super Battle Droids did you get, Jeff? 2. So clearly I need a lot more because I mean I've got more Jedi than them, so gotta have more Super Battle Droids, and I need to get a droid card too, at least 2. King Elector, yes. King, yes. Paul Orndorff, a name I haven't heard in a long time. It'd be good to get a Stan Hansen figure too, and of course the Rock and Roll Express. I only collect the old wrestler figures. PowerTown released a Stan Hansen figure. I have no idea how insanely expensive he is. Excuse me. And they have had periodic. Well, let me see here. Right now on PowerTown Wrestling site, they have a for display only Stan Hansen. Now, I don't know. Maybe you keep your wrestling figures just for display. So maybe this will work. It's $35. He's a really nice, big, thick figure. Kind of fitting for Stan Hansen. So not a bad way to go if you're not going to do any wrestling figure photography with them. But I think that's a solid price. And you can get them right now on PowerTownWrestling.com. And nothing on the Rock and Roll Express. Those are 2 characters I'm hoping to see from Mattel to fit in with the rest of my Ultimate Edition. And just like we got that Great Muta, we just skipped ahead with the Elites, went right ahead, right to the best hyper articulated version for the WWE figures. I want to see the Rock and Roll Express in Ultimate Edition. Just like we got the Steiners. I mean, come on, let's make that happen. I feel like the Expresses are the main tag teams that are really missing from Mattel's line right now: Rock and Roll, the Midnights, pick a version. You know, if I gotta be particular right away, I want to Stan and Bobby. Then I'll take a a Bobby and Dennis. I don't know if we can get a Cornette figure in the mix, but we got to get these guys. We do have a big Bubba, so there you go. Ryan Dilly, I'll probably get the Skeleton Crew Fern figure since she's the best of the kids. We did have that debate last night, didn't we? Mr. Jones, I need Hasbro to give me my Skeleton Crew Black Series Jaleel White. I feel like he's pretty close to getting in there. Jibru She-Hulk, a fantastic wound up. Maybe a fantastic figure. Wound up at Ross, astonishing Emma, a much worse figure, is not shown up at any discount stores. Make it make sense. That's because she got clearanced out. I bought that figure for $649 at Target and still feel like I paid too much. Doc Avenger. Hey, I got my Gong Studio Shazam. It's phenomenal. Now waiting on Secret Wars figures. Did you get all 6? Classic Riddler. Yeah, he's such a great figure. Especially if you have more of the classic Batman villains to have him hanging out with. You have Penguin, you have that Joker. Catwoman, I guess, is pretty classic, but I feel like there's another one that makes more sense. Maybe it's the one with the skirt and the long dress costume that makes more sense to hang out with them, but you got to get her too. Jamelin, all I got this week was Multiverse Darkseid and the Eradicator. Oh man, you got him already? Where did you order your Eradicator from? I have him coming from Entertainment Earth, so that's good to know. He's coming soon. That's right. I think D Amazing broke down that review, which I haven't watched because I just want to. Yeah, those Reign of the Superman figures have been awesome. I can't wait to get Eradicator. AJ, what's up, AJ? Good week. Picked up DJ, Cammy and Gal, and Beyonder and Titanic. Where did you get all these figures from? They're all on my hit list of figures to get. Did you get them from online or did you find them in a store? Rick H says, okay, Sir Jeff. Other than selected MAFEX, who does Marvel figures? Let's go. There you go. Ha! Was easy. I didn't even have to think too hard. And SH Figure Arts does some too, right? And there's another company I'm blanking on, but yeah, we got them. Patrick P. What's up, Patrick? Big Little Collectibles. It was a good time shopping. And I did end up with some new Hot Wheels. Nice. So everybody won. Mr. Jones, I kind of want some Glow figures, the classic series and the modern one. Well, we do have what was her name? Tina Ferrari. So we do have that option. I mean, you have to customize her up a little bit. Take your Ivory and change her gear up a little, but we do have her. DJ Jedi, Black Friday pickups. Use the Loud's Figure Files discount on Entertainment Earth. Thank you. Plus their sales tag to pick up Frazetta Dark Wolf and a few classified Joes. Nice. Which Joes did you get? And thank you for using the code Lyles MF. Appreciate that. Boris Mortis. So we're getting She-Hulks on Ross and I can't even get one Warbird? I feel like David Thanos was offering, of course, people paid for him. He had an extra Warbird, and I'm not sure if he made that transaction already, but he had one for people. Do you know how many figures are making Joe? Hyatt Toys are making Joe's. Mezco was also doing Joe figures. That might be it for that one. Tomfin picked up 4 McFarlane Green Lantern Corps figures, 3 standard from Amazon, 1 platinum on eBay. I was about to ask you how you got the platinum. I'm still failing miserably trying to find a platinum Lightning Lad. But yeah, I mean, that thing was really cool to be able to get him. And unlike the red Superman debacle where no one could find an electric blue, I had no luck with more platinum figures. But yeah, I need to do that too, because the one that I have is really fun. Anthony Rogers, what's up, man? What's good, Jeff and crew? Hope everybody's good. Yes, sir. My recent pickups was the DC Multiverse Joker, Last Frontier, nice, and Marvel Legends Age of Apocalypse Sabretooth. Funny that you mentioned that figure. Last Frontier. Tom Finn got Constantine for 16 and standard boomerang for 15 on Amazon. I don't know. We call that standard boomerang. I was like, oh man. Now, if we go back, if McFarlane says, hey, you got a cool Captain Cold, pun intended, I'm going to go back and give you a nice classic vintage style Captain Boomerang to match. That's what I'm interested in, not this dude that works on the pier, Stranger Danger, Captain Boomerang. I not like that redesign. Jason Lyles, what's up, bro? What's up, Lyles Figure Files? How you doing, bro? Shot. Still can't find Joe Force at Target. Has he came out yet, Tomvin? I didn't realize he was there. Oh, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones, we're about to come into your area, man. You've got all these figures. Found Geo Force yesterday in effigy. Tomvin, what state, Jay? I'm in Florida, Texas. Gotcha. Texas is usually about a week ahead of us. All right, so we need to go next week. Kelly says Cave Bat Girl was part of the Page Punchers line. Oh, that one. Yeah, okay, nice. Blake, speaking of Cable, I just got him out and had to give him bigger guns. Come on. So he got the Scroll 2-pack, wide, thin rifle, and the huge Hydra double-handed black rifle. Makes sense. He's got to have big guns. Lar A, I was one of ones, if not the only one, that got that Cable in the not mint packaging for 25% off. Tag on Lyles MF, and that made the figure for just under 17. Nice. Thank you as well for ordering from my affiliate, Entertainment Earth. Tom Finn, I missed out on PowerTown Series 2. Maybe. I feel like they will have another, hey, we found some more figures. But I also think they haven't started distributing these figures. So when they released Series 1, everybody got their pre-orders in. Then they had like a surplus. So they had another sale of Series 1. And they, as we're seeing from the display only ones, they still have a few left. So you've missed the initial window, but I think it's going to open back up again. Jason, you're right, bro. Fantastics figures would be great as well. And the Varsity Club and Doom as they rule. Lawson, Eternals. I'd love to get Carcass, big red monster guy. Makari figure, red and white armor. Yeah. Cersei, of course. I think Makari makes for a really good figure. Carcass, I'm not really familiar with. I need to check that one out. Colin Brown said my favorite of the year is easy. Iron Fist. Iron Fist is a really sweet figure. Lefty, McFarlane store has a deal for 3 Batmobiles for $210. The catch is the shipping. Yes, man, the shipping is so bad. They had a Flash sale for Kid Flash. He was $20. But the shipping was $12. Like, come on, Todd. I wish he would make that shipping cheaper because I would buy more stuff from his site. But it's so expensive there. AJ, for those concerned about the pink on Titanic's chest, that color is painted over flesh plastic, which is a separate plastic from the purple. So some nail polish remover works without ruining the look. Thank you, my friend. Because that had infuriated me. I was like, what are we doing? Maurice Phillip. Good times on all. Good times on you as well. Jibber, I had such distaste for the Astonishing Emma that I gave it to my brother a few weeks after I got it in hand. What a missed opportunity. Absolutely. It's probably my least favorite figure from Marvel Legends since that ridiculous House of X Marvel girl. And she should have been a great figure. And he just totally dropped the ball on that. But yeah, Astonishing Emma's terrible. The only good thing is that she's part of a team, so she can stand next to the rest of that astonishing squad and look okay standing. But gosh, she's worthless on every other thing. My Eradicator came from Amy. Nice, good deal. I'm excited. What do you think about Eradicator? Maurice, waiting on my freight forwarder to deliver some stuff to me this evening. Nice. Should be getting a pile of loot by the weekend. Well, we want to hear about it next week, Maurice. Lawson, McFarlane Justice League Task Force figures arrived today. Not crazy about the pixelated emblems, etc. But I got them for Darkseid. Sucker for a good Darkseid. Now, what do you think about his color pixelization? Does that bother you, or are you fine with it on him? Also got the Batman the Animated Series Creeper figure. Nice. Ah, Warbird sold, says David Thanos. I have one extra Sam Cap. Nice. 3-0 also doing jokes. Thank you, Maurice. They don't realize there's a collectible market for folks who would have bought those figures, Jamelin. Shoot, I would buy Cobra Kai figures too. Big Little Collectibles. Got the Mutton Junkyard 2-pack on Black Friday. Nice. Also, my pre-order Retro Cobra Troopers came in this week. I also picked up the Retro Cobra Commander and the Batman vs. Superman figures I pre-ordered came in. Nice. Speaking of Retro Coco, I did see him for the first time on a shelf at Target. He was with Beachhead and Rakondo, which I thought was interesting because Retro Stalker was not with him this time. Excuse me, Mr. Jones. I found Lightning Lad at Walmart last week, but passed because his head looked too small. Which one? The platinum one or the base default one? Lawson, I'd love to get the platinum Lightning Lad. Got the platinum GL figure. It's nice. Yes. Michael Solis, I picked up those Tekken figures. They really surprised me. Which ones? The ones from, what is that? What is that company that's doing those? Because the Tekken figures I have are from Storm Collectibles, and I love them, but I know there's a more affordable version that look pretty decent. X, what's up, X? Long time no see, my man. I'm good. How are you? Tom Vent would love to see another round of GL figures. No new tooling, but heads. How's McFarlane not all over that? I don't know. I mean, it does seem like a bit of a no-brainer. I mean, he did give us 4, so I don't know. Maybe thinks that's all anybody wants. I do think I'd love to see more different versions, like super aliens and not so many humanoids. Maybe that's what's holding them up. But a Sodom yacht would be really fun. Jamlin, I've been slowing down on Multiverse again due to the difficulty finding so many figures. I want the question, traditional Mr. Terrific, is he out yet? The other Green Lantern Corps figures, and I'd like a second Manhunter. Friggin' platinums. Yes. It's a pain. Mr. Jones, yeah, I hate McFarlane and NECA shipping fees. Right. It's like, what are we doing? Keep it affordable for us. Snake guys. Also got my Legend of Zelda Master Sword from Bandai, and it's amazing. I can cosplay as Link with this Master Sword. Nice. Lil Russell Tucker. Charles 27. Charlie 27? Yeah, he'd be fun to get. Blake, anybody finish the McFarlane Plastic Man? I love it, but I don't think will happen. He is just out of reach. So I have half of him. I just really need whoever has his legs to have a completed one, and then whichever one between Aquaman and John Stewart that has the regular arms, but I have half of him and he looks really cool. I do need to track these guys down because they're I don't want to have him just sitting with half a torso because he's a fun looking figure. John Battle, what's up, Mr. Laos? What's up, John? Luke Cage, aka Power Man, for the 2-pack is Chef's Kiss on the course correction they made from the Mindless Wave. It's a really nicely done figure. That 2-pack was solid all around for me. Chibru, I didn't realize it was that long ago, but yeah, that House of X Marvel Girl was awful. Andrew B finally got a Warbird for 24 secondhand. It's not bad. I think that's a good figure that, you know, pay a little bit more. It's not the worst thing that you could spend your money on. Boris Mortis managed to get a reissue of the MAFEX Venom and MAFEX Batflex. Nice. Big Little Collectibles, the Retro Cobra Commander is a sick figure. It is. It's so cool. Mr. Jones in Texas is getting things found. Platinum Lightning Lad too. Man, your spot is awesome. Bandai American Tekken figures from this. Thank you. That's the line. I'm trying to figure out what it was. SHF is also doing Tekken. Yes, they are. So we've got a lot of people doing this stuff. Jeffrey, I'm not fine with the pixelization on Darkseid. I've been taking acetone and stuff. Customizing is my hobby. Yes, it is, Lawson. X, can't call it, bro. I've been working nights, so it's been a while. It's good to see you too. Hopefully the job is going well on your end. Lawson says, I have the completed Plastic Man. And Boris Moore says, yeah, my Plastic Man's awesome. Snake Eyes, I got get most of Figure Art Tekken and Need King. They're really good figures. How many have they made? I realize they made more than one. I wrote Mr. Terrific, but I really meant Lightning Lad. I want both of those. So I was like, oh no, I got to track down Mr. Terrific too. And he's another one I need to get the platinum version of. John Battle, I had the Plastic Man wave, but I had the Platinum Superman, and I don't want to open them, so I'm looking for the Blue Superman. Same. I don't know what happened with that one. King Collector. I'm checking out those classic PowerTown figures, and they look great, but they scale too big for my Mattel collection. Or am I wrong about the size? Am I wrong? You're not wrong. They are, I want to say slightly. They're bigger. Let's see how hard this would be to pull up. So I can give you a straight up picture of how big. That shouldn't take too long. Let me see. So they're bigger, they're wider, and like the scaling is such where it's like, oh man, you're just a little bit too big for what I want to do. However, if you have some figures that you can kind of stuff in the back where it's all good and you don't need to worry about it, I do think it works out okay. Let me see. Let's mute this. Because I think I found, or hopefully have this. Actually, it's not on this playlist. I know where it is. Figure reviews. Of course, I could find that playlist. I'd be in business. There we go. Of course I can't, because why would I? Oh, there it is. Why would I find that when I'm trying to find it? So let's see. PowerTown. Magnum TA. There we go. So I did get the Magnum TA figure. I got Kerry Von Erich. I got a bunch of others. And I knew if I just showed a little pages, I could find him in the picture and the screenshots. So you can see exactly how he scales. Okay, great. Pull this up for you so you can see it for yourself. And I think it really works for certain characters, maybe not so much others. So that is the Mattel version of Magnum. You can see how much better the PowerTown's version looks. He's thicker. He looks more like Magnum. The head sculpt's great. I don't think it's an easy, let me just swap this head and call it a day. I don't think that works out. Here's a better vantage point, as you can see how closely. I mean, Magnum looks way better with PowerTown. I think the head swap would not work with this elite body, but I think maybe with an Ultimate Edition one, he would work just fine. So there you go. You can see the articulation limits. Here he is next to the Dream. So he doesn't look terrible next to Dusty Rhodes, who is not the typical size. I mean, I think that looks good. I think Magnum was a little bit shorter than Dusty, but you know, you get a sense that he would fit in better with him. But Mattel made their Four Horsemen too small, which kind of skews things up. But here is how he looks next to the Ultimate Edition Ric Flair, which I think is a much better indicator. If Magnum will stand up. So you can, he's not going to stand. Anyway, so that Ric Flair is a better one. I think the Stan Hansen, the Bruiser Brody work really well because their scale does not matter as much. Anyway, there you go, King Collector. Henry G, yeah, that Plastic Man wave is low-key one of my favorites. Did I just say low-key? It's a really good one. Because no losers in the set. And that Batman, he's not my favorite, but I don't hate him as much as I thought I would. David Thanos just got a text, and one of my buddies found Superstars Heart Foundation that just came out. Nice. That's the one where they've got the jackets, which I probably could use for my elite figures. Boris Mortis, Figure Arts has Jen, Kazuya, Nina, and King. Okay, nice. Thank you. Jamelin, you're not the only one. I'm dreading the hunt for Mr. Terrific too. Walmart canceled my Mr. Terrific, said there was a problem with my credit card. Ordered Grubhub and 4 other figures from different companies with same card and same day. I didn't get that notice. Yeah, you know, Walmart sometimes can be tricky with the pre-orders. Lar A was hoping to find Grunt at Ross, but no such luck. went for background characters from Guile's stage. That's right. A surprise Black Friday deal is getting 2 Stacy Keeblers for $11.49. Buy one, get one 50% off. They'll also cheer Guile on. Right. G-Brew, aside from Aura and Omega Sentinel, yeah, I like the Aura, and the Omega Sentinel is really cool. That whole Power of X, House of X wave was a massive letdown. I was fine with the Wolverine. I didn't have any issues with him. Did you? They already should have used a different body for that Cyclops. Agreed so fully. I love that costume. Hate the Bucky cat body. Yes. Chad Kinsler's here. What's up, Chad? How are you? Dusty was 6'2", Magnum 6'1", according to Google. Thanks. I thought this guy was just a little bit off. Uncle Todd is killing me, Smalls, with all this echelon, metal chase foolishness, gold label, chase platinum, chase. Keep it simple, Todd. Yes. Todd has a code MTS10, which saves 10%, which would probably help with the shipping. So I should have thought about that. Thank you, David. All right, let's see here. Let's go with some stuff before we start talking about Marvel Legends. And it is already 9 o'clock. How did that happen so quickly? Who knows? Talking about figures. The time flies by. Hot Toys showed off some new figures. First of which was the Peter Parker anti-Venom suit from Spider-Man 2. And this figure, like most Hot Toys figures, looks really cool. I love what they did with the symbiote parts here. That looks really, really cool. And let me see here. The head sculpt. I mean, that's some really fun. The white looks great. And you can see that Sentinel, all that symbiote gook coming out. That looks really cool. And you can see the texture on the head sculpt and the arms. That's really solid. And all these tendrils, very cool. And we got some extended parts. We got a enlarged hand piece that you can add on there too. Not cheap. He's $290. So there's one for you. And then we got this guy. And oh my gosh, who miniaturized Chris Evans? This head sculpt might be the best one I've seen from Hot Toys in years. It's really good. And even better, it's not going to be one of those deals of, oh gosh, why is he looking off to the side, McFarlane style? He has the separate rolling eyeballs. This is another alternative, Hasbro. Instead of having swappable plates, we just have rolling eyeballs. So that's really cool. Anybody want to get out before we get started? Interchangeable lower faces. We got 3 different options there. So we've got all kinds of movement and ways to go with this figure. I would love to see a Winter Soldier Batroc figure too, so I can have them actually square off like one of my favorite scenes from Winter Soldier. But yeah, this is solid. I mean, this looks great. And again, that head sculpt is amazing. He's also not cheap, but you know, for Hot Toys, I'm a little bit more willing to pay a little bit more because that figure looks incredible. John Battle says, Black Friday was crazy. I found 3 of the 4, so I need a few Iron Grenadiers, and I found the Beyonder and the lady from the Secret Wars wave, Titania. I did capitalize on the Walmart sale and got Xavier and Joe Bite. Good deal. Blake Tarpley, stop the presses. I have a last minute edition. Amazon just dropped my front yard, the retro Cobra Trooper. Nice. Let me know what you think. Ryan, I love the Marvel Girl costume from the House of X, Powers of X way, but that face, she looks like, yeah, I mean, it's, she can't stand. Like, she is impossible. I put her on stands. She won't stay on those. She'll topple over. She is worthless. So worthless. Rolando, Utah Toy Hunter. What's up? How are you today? Jamelin says, PowerTown Bruiser Brody's pretty great. I think he works with Mattel figures. However, I got him and Scott Hall the same week. Those two can't stand next to each other on the shelf. Brody dwarfs Hall. Even big Scott Hall? That captain looks like he could do it all day long. Right. Henry G, I might have to get that Hot Toys cap. Winter Soldier is my favorite MCU flick. Yeah, it's my favorite solo film where there's, you know, like a couple guest stars, but it's not like a cameo or straight up Avengers movie. It's so good. It holds up incredibly well too. Rick Hayes, they use PIM particles on Chris Evans. What? Yeah. Mr. Jones, that Iron Grenadier bat is awesome. It is, and it was. I couldn't believe when they showed. I was like, oh my gosh, that is amazing. Those color combinations work so well with that. AJ, slight addendum for anyone who attempts to remove the pink from Titania. I think the lower torso is molded all in purple, so just heat and pop the upper torso off before starting with the polish remover. Thank you. Good to know. Snake Eye says the Hot Toy Spider-Man looks amazing. Jeeber, the Ecto 1 HasLab prevented me from having the funds to take advantage of any holiday sales. I'm with you because I was like, what are y'all doing? You're wrapping this thing up right in the middle of the post premium sale. And the Black Friday timing was terrible. I think maybe that's what was slowing some people down on it. But yeah. Lost in Newsflash just placed a new pre-order from Mr. Terrific via GameStop. See, he's one that I know I would get that new 52 straight up version that I don't want. I got to get the black tee. So we'll see. Lawson, I own an original Michael Lark WW2 flashback sequence from the Captain America Winter Soldier storyline. Features Bucky versus some Germans. The Germans. All right, let's see. What else before we get into it? My favorite TV show, as you all know, this year was Star Wars The Acolyte. And they did release this Black Series Jedi Master Kelnaka figure. Looks solid. He's a deluxe. He's $35. And based on how we've seen these deluxe figures from the Black Series go, I think it'll be safe to say you will not need to pay $35 for Kelnaka, even though he's got a cloth Jedi robe, which is sweet. And, they're not going to be able to reuse this mold for a bunch of other figures. I do kind of understand the price point to some degree, but none of these deluxe figures end up staying at that $35 price point. So why pay it for him? So there you go. But if you wanted to continue adding on to your Acolyte collection, there you go. You're all covered. Blake, hoping the Russo brothers can do it again with their next MCU movie. They were knocking them out of the park. Their next two. I mean, we got back to back coming from them. So I am hopeful and very excited. Jalen, the Ecto 1 HasLab prevented me from getting the Ecto 1 HasLab. Terrible timing. That's exactly. X says, I use Winsor & Newton brush cleaner because it's not as harsh as other chemicals like nail polish remover. All right, X. I'm going to take a quick screenshot so I don't try to have to remember that. Find it in the chat. There we go. Thank you. See if that works for me. King Collector, Jeff, thanks for that comparison. I got the Mattel Magnum and Dusty, and that PowerTown Magnum is so far superior to my Mattel figures. I feel like I get one. I would have to drop Mattel and go PowerTown. Well, see, the tricky thing is the PowerTown figures don't have anywhere near the articulation. So if you do pose your figures out and reenact any moments from their big matches, it's going to be a little bit frustrating. So they've got really great head sculpts, and their bodies are actually sculpted the way they should look. So the Kerry Von Erich has muscles. The Magnum, a little bit thick, but he's not overly muscular. Where Mattel is like, all right, we've got 5 bodies. Which one matches best? In some cases, that's fine. In other cases, like, this is totally the wrong part choice for this guy. I'll use Winsor Newton as well. Winsor Newton as well. Good deal. I assume I can get that on Amazon. All right, so let's see. Oh, here is some Marvel news today. Yeah, so we're gonna get some more tomorrow. More reveals on the live stream. But CCXP Brazil. This is Brazil. Was today. And we got 2 more reveals, and they line up absolutely properly with the leaked lineups we've seen from Displaying Model Behavior and from John over at TNI. So just as a refresher, we already knew we're getting Fabian Cortez, our first good Acolyte figure. And it's not fair. The first Acolyte figure people wanted. And you can see Shooting the Galaxy showing us a picture where no cape, so he can do this look. So if you want to go mad, customizing more Acolytes, you can do this and have one without a cape. And Spider-Boy was shown. I'm hoping this is not part of a Build-A-Figure wave, simply because I have no interest in Spider-Boy. Costume does look cool, but yeah, good. Today, we got female Electra and Electro. Oh, her name should be Electra, huh? Solid stuff. I really like the lightning effect. That looks great. Her head sculpt looks fantastic. The figure looks really good, but I'm just not interested in this figure either. So we've got her, and you can see all of the really cool lightning effects. Nice to see something new on that front. And of course, with the pictures, I can't quite make out which body they're going with. But here you go. I'm trying to see because all right, here we go. We got the bicep articulation, double jointed elbows. Is like, is he hiding something? But no, it's all good. So she looks solid, and maybe if she's at Ollie's, I'll pick her up. I'm just not interested in the other way. But she looks really good. And if you're interested in that character, I think this figure does her justice from the pictures I saw when I was trying to find reference photos from the leak list got released. And she looks good. But the one I was really excited about was this guy, Age of Apocalypse Gambit. He was mentioned on the leak list. So this is not like oh my gosh. But seeing this figure is really cool. And they've gone years without adding more members to the AOA lineup. Gambit, I think, is one that if we're only going to get a handful, he's one of that handful that we needed. So very happy to see him. I'm not sure if plastic was the way to go. Maybe they could have done this cloth, but I'm whatever. I would have liked to have been able to raise the hood. I'm not really sure if he did that too often in it, but they did a lot of original sculpting on this figure, and I think he really looks good. So I don't see easy reuse for this look. So I'm really glad they put the effort and work into it. I think the torso is the Vulcan mold. So yeah, really happy with this. They did the hair right. So that is cool. Very exciting. Good releases. Nice reveals. We're going to see some more during the live stream. I guess we can assume we're going to see the rest of that X-Men wave and more of that Spider-Man wave. Which figures do you want to see? Oh, yes, sir, Jeff. The budget is set. I pre-ordered 6 Sentinels. Nice. Another vote for Winsor Newton, brush restorer and cleaner. Thanks, Ryan. So there we go. I got a bunch of folks that I trust. X, Jamelin, Ryan endorsing it. So to make that move. And it's on Amazon for $10. Sold all the way. Thank you. Boris Mortis, I don't own an Electro, so I'll pick it up. I think it's a nice figure. Willie Bowman says, build a figure? Nemesis? That would be cool. I don't think this is an Age of Apocalypse dedicated wave. It's going to be like another smorgasbord of X-Men figures. That Age of Apocalypse Gambit is pretty cool. I agree, G Brew. All right, well, you guys work out what else you want to see. So the rumor is this is going to be the lineup where we're going to see that X Factor in the blue and yellow Cyclops, even though they've already done one version of X Factor Cyclops and have not added any more members to his team. But why not do another version of Cyclops? Didn't quite make any sense to me. G Brew, I want to see classic Cockrum Burn Cyclops revealed tomorrow. I wish. It'd be great. Anthony Rogers, yes. Age of Apocalypse Gambit. Didn't see that one coming when I saw the IG post for it. He looks so cool. I mean, so like my immediate thoughts on the rest of them that I would need if it was like 3 or 4: Storm, Storm, Banshee, Quicksilver, Havoc. Is that where I want to go? Maybe the Bedlam Brothers. I thought they were really cool in that. And different characters. And of course, Bishop, who we still don't have, and his absence a little bit weird in there too. Maurice, my stuff was just dropped off. Got Spin Master Kratos, Inatreus, MAFEX Hush Superman, and Gargoyles Angela. Nice haul. Lawson, want to see the classic X-Men in the black and yellow, and also the New Mutants in their black and yellow. It's been too many years without getting them. Kind of silly. I am with you so much. And normally, we've got the leak list, and there might be a figure swapped out and changed, and it's like, oh, I got y'all. Y'all didn't know that was coming. So hopefully there'll be some really cool shock reveals, maybe a couple 2-packs, because it seems like that's one of the things that the leak list don't really have locked down as well. So hopefully we'll see that. A whole wave of Cyclops figures would be nice. Give the best X-Men his due, Hasbro. with you. Oh, I knew what you were talking about. Absolutely. Jibru. Oops. Yes to all the New Mutants. Yes. That seems like obvious box set. I don't know, we haven't gotten that yet. King Collector, not feeling that female Electro. Easy pass on that one. They should have done American Dream when it comes to female alt characters. She is one I would definitely pick up. Yeah. I don't know why we still haven't gotten her. She was in a movie. And Beltran, hey Jeff, only interested in Marrow and maybe Ultimate Wolverine. Right. Sean D, I'm late. Who's your top 5 Marvel Legend figures of 2024? I haven't said it yet. I want to hear from y'all first. Rick Cage, Hank, Beast, and Iceman, X Factor. Yes. Yeah, it's I don't know. I want more X Factor. Lawson, I love a Diamondback figure. I feel like she's a not a bad bet for a figure we'll see next year. Willie Bowman, Age of Apocalypse Forge would be nice. Remember him being on the animated show? I'm trying to remember. I don't remember them doing Age of Apocalypse, but that could solely be me not remembering them randomly taking parts from an X-Men storyline and just here you go, because they would do that all the time. All right, so tomorrow, another part of this live stream, of course, because as usual, I did not bring my notebook up where I could see it quickly and easily. There is going to be a live stream where they're going to break down their picks, their drafts. That's the way they do it, of their favorite figures from 2024. And so I'll put up to you guys now. We're going to get a jump on the Marvel Legends team. I want to hear from you with the categories that they use. So you have to limit it to like one, or you can cheat and throw that wild card in there, but try to play along. So what was your favorite comic book figure, your favorite Build-A-Figure, your favorite MCU figure, your favorite multi-pack, your favorite wild card? And I'm going to add in a special one just because. What's your favorite deluxe figure? They've done a ton of those. Those 35, like this one, she's a really good contender on that front. Odin is another one. What are some of those favorite deluxe figures? So have at it, chat. Let's start talking about your favorite Marvel Legends of 2024. Anthony, Marvel Legends pulled me back in this year because of either some of the X-Men figures or Spider-Man figures. I would love to see Horseman Death variants of Wolverine and Gambit. Yeah, those would be cool figures. And we still got a ton of Wolverine variants to do. Snake Eyes, if I remember, a new Psylocke figure. Okay. Sean D, 1 She-Hulk, 2 Iron Fist, 3 Iron Fist Cage, 3 Crystar, Sabretooth Wolverine, 5 Retrovision. Finally getting Retrovision soon. Ryan Daly's so frustrating that this 3.75-inch retro card Marvel figures nail the colors and designs I want in Legends. Just wrong size and articulation. Give me Cyclops, Human Torch, and Ghost Rider that look like those. Yes. Nathaniel Avery, Angel's still the best. That Angel figure is fantastic. Would you say he's your number 1 overall? Favorite deluxe, favorite comic book look? Because I think they knocked that figure out. And I'm all set and ready for them to start repainting them up. Give us that midnight blue version. Give us the yellow gloves so we can have him in his Champions and Uncanny X-Men look when he rejoins the team during the Dark Phoenix saga and sticks around for a little bit longer. That'd be great. Spider-Fan, my favorite from this year has to be Astonishing X-Men Wolverine. And of course, Giant Man. Yeah, 2 good choices. AJ, comic, I'll go Scarlet Spider. Nice. Yeah, that's solid. Well, you guys figure yours out. I'm gonna go with mine. This, of course, might change as I think a bit about my favorites from the year a little bit stronger. But multi-pack, I've got to say, it's got to be Iron Fist and Luke Cage, because I needed new Avengers version Luke Cage. I was not happy with the versions that we'd gotten before. And I think that 2-pack is really good. Iron Fist, yeah, you could quibble. His V should end shorter if I wanted to have a classic look, but it's so negligible. And the figure is really cool. So I really thought that was a great multi-pack. I think for the deluxe figure, I'm going to use my slot there for Angel. He's so good. And I mean, just the wingspan, the wing articulation, the sculpt on the wings, his expressions, his head sculpts aren't crazy, just really well done. And the only thing they could have done to make this any better was give him swappable hands or swappable gloves, where I could have that yellow version from Phoenix and the Champions run. But that's it. So he's my deluxe, my MCU. I didn't get a lot of MCU figures, but I did think that Wolverine from Deadpool and Wolverine was crazy with the likeness. So he'd be my choice on that front. Build a figure. I am trying to remember what all we had on a build a figure front, because I don't think I've completed one yet. I've got to assume that maybe Zabu's going to be my favorite. All right, 2024 Build-A-Figures. There was Void. There was Zabu. There was Blackheart, who I also don't have completed. Yeah, it was really lean for Build-A-Figures this year, which was disappointing because, I mean, I bought several waves, retro waves, and it would have been great to have a Build-A-Figure thrown in there. Let's see. Wildcard. There we go. I can cheat and do something else. So my wild card figure, let's see. I kind of feel like it should be part of this 85th anniversary wave where there was no losers in the set whatsoever. Do I use that on the Ghost Rider? Do I use that on the Baron Zemo and Arnim Zola pack? Because that was cool. Maybe. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to use this wild card for Giant Man and Wasp. I mean, it was great having a smaller size Giant Man. It fits in with the rest of the Avengers on the shelf without needing to rearrange your shelf. And that Wasp with her classic look was awesome. So there you go. And for best comic book figure, right now at the top of my head, I'm gonna have to go with that She-Hulk figure because she's amazing. They did a great job. Great expression choice. She's smiling. She's happy. Her hair sculpt looks good. She has real stature. She's not, looking up at Captain America. So, I mean, I think that's great. Those are my choices. I think the chat has been rolling now. Let's see what you guys chose. Lawson, favorite figure, Warbird. Favorite 2-pack, Crystal and Lockjaw. I knew they'd be up there. 3-pack, Nick Cage Shield for sure. Deluxe, Phoenix. Yeah, those are solid choices. M. Beltran, Cage and Iron Fist 2-pack. Yup. Yeah, I mean, both of them were great. Rick Cage, don't have them yet. Cage and Iron Fist, Odin, and She-Hulk, which I do have. G-Brew, Phoenix, favorite deluxe. Zabu, Build-A-Figure. MCU 97 Cyclops. There's a good way to work in the MCU there. Comics, She-Hulk, multi-pack, Iron Fist and Luke Cage, Wildcard, Warbird. It's wild because they've done a ton of 2-packs this year and they were really good. Like on the 2-pack front, what did we get? We had where they at? We had the Cabal 3-pack. We had, where else are the other ones? We had the Agents of Shield, very good. Arnim Zola and Baron Zemo, Destiny and Rogue, which would have gotten on my list, may have been the number one choice if we'd gotten a smiley, happy-go-lucky Rogue head sculpt. Giant Man and Wasp, of course. Fantastic Four, Wolverine and Spider-Man. Patch and Joe Fixit. Wolverine and Psylocke. Wolverine Brood version and Lilandra. Wolverine and Sabretooth. And I'm like, how in the world did I go through this without throwing in Sabretooth, a figure who, I mean, he should be in the top 10, right? So we had him, and I didn't mention him in this specific setup. So lots of choices, lots of really good options. Ryan Daly, 2024 runners up. 1, Baron Zemo 2-pack. 2, Ghost Rider and Hell Cycle. 3, Rogue 2-pack. Yeah, it's been a great year for Marvel Legends. Boris Mortis Comics, She-Hulk Deluxe, She-Hulk Deluxe, Jean. Yeah, I mean, that Phoenix is a solid deluxe figure. And that flame bird that they threw in there, the Phoenix Force, that was a really well thought out accessory piece for her, and definitely makes for a nice centerpiece for your Byrne Cockrum era X-Men. Anthony Rogers, favorite comic Marvel legend, Scarlet Spider-Man, favorite deluxe, MCU Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2. That's a really nice figure as well. Nathaniel Avery, Angel was my favorite deluxe of the year. Best multi-pack is Wolverine versus Sabretooth. Yeah, cannot knock that one at all. David Thanos, favorite comic book look, Angel. Deluxe figure, Phoenix. Multi-pack, Cage and Iron Fist. Overall favorite, Ghost Rider and Astonishing Wolverine. That 85th anniversary wave had just banger after banger after banger. Like, was there a bad one in that whole wave? And it wasn't just like, oh, they were all okay. They were really good figures. And I mean, that I feel like if people complain about the quality of Marvel Legends, they should use that wave as this is where you should be trying to aim. This is where you should measure. This is where you should go for every time you put figures out. This should be your bottom line of how good it should be to start. King Collector, Angel has to be a contender. I don't have it yet, but it just looks over the top premium. Yes. And the reason I didn't get Angel until late this year is because everywhere he was so cheap. It was like, good grief, I'm missing all these sales. I'm so happy to wake up one morning and see him still at the Target that one of my buddies in my Facebook group said. I was like, yes, it was one of my favorite figure moments of the year. Ryan Daly, favorite of 2024? Number 1, She-Hulk Retro. 2, Wasp 2-pack. 3, Iron Fist 2-pack. 4, Angel Deluxe. 5, Iron Man Gold Retro. Yes, that Iron Man Retro in the gold, such a good figure. And when you pair him with the Wasp, you pair him with Giant Man. And I really think it's time we get an updated Thor with butterfly shoulders. I don't know how they're going to implement that with the raised shoulder points, but we need an updated Thor so you can really work with the Avengers because it's so good. Spider-Fan. Also really liked the MCU Wolverine, but that was more after I customized it a lot. So I don't know if that counts. Sure, you can count it. I don't make up the rules here. M. Beltran, Danny Ketch, Ghost Rider, favorite figure. He would be, but I think he's just a little bit too small, but he's so close. And I just realized in my 2-pack, I did not have Punisher and Bushwhacker. Did I just forget to mention them? No, I don't have it written down. That's great. And then we had the Daredevil and Hydro Man, right? Doctor Strange and Morbius, too. So if you wanted those from the animated version, you can count those as well. Lost and favorite Build-A-Figure, Zabu. Nice. I'm just starting to build Zabu, your favorite Build-A-Figure of the year. So hopefully I'll have them completed soon. Blake, Jeff, not Wasp and Giant Man. The Power Man had done just a little better. Might have edged out the Wasp. But the accessories, Tiny Quinjet, that was amazing. It was. Lawson, Wildcard figure, Ghost Rider pack. Nathaniel Avery, that Spider-Man 2 Doc Ock was also contender for Deluxe of the Year. Yeah, that head sculpt alone was great. David Thanos, Wildcard Superior Spider-Man. Yes, another one that, was so well done. I love the eye slots or the head sculpt with the reflection in the mask. That was really cool. And I love how they implemented the arm attachment pieces, whatever. They're not called legs, but they were really well done. And they fit in so easily. I didn't feel like I was going to break them, moving them in and out. And I thought as soon as I got the figure, did the photos for the review, I would put those attachments up. They're so cool. And I'm like, you can't have this figure on display without them. Lawson, Giant Man and Wasp was probably the best wildcard figures, actually. Like those even more than Ghost Rider. Yeah. Sean D, I forgot about Ghost Rider. He's awesome. Yeah. And then the bite with the flame attachments, that was so cool. Anthony Rogers, I've been on the fence with the Marvel Legends Angel. I'm still waiting on the Marvel Select Archangel. That's not out yet. David Thanos, the great thing. There's no wrong answers. Absolutely. It is simply what you think. Doc Avenger, Icarus, Odin. I do think Icarus is a quiet, really good figure that probably won't get the love that he deserves, but man, they did solid work on this sculpt. They put so much detail in it that it's like, I think if he were like an X-Men or an Avenger, people would be raving about this guy, but he looks really good. And I thought I was going to be able to put Crystal and Lockjaw on there, but I wasn't. Of course, I don't have them yet either, so that's another one I need to add to my list. Nathaniel Avery, would Phoenix have been better than the MAFEX if you didn't have that accessory? Yes, because I think that outside of the hair, I saw some comparisons, and it actually didn't work out too well for the MAFEX figure in this case, which was shocking to me. Phoenix, let me see if I can do a really fast one. There you go. I was shocked because I was like, there is no way this is gonna be better. But to me, it was like, no, I think the Marvel, I mean, of course, you got to factor in the price. That is definitely something to consider. But I mean, we got a really good Phoenix here out of this. Oh, I think this is the post. I think this is it actually. So let's go because the breakdown was like, what happened? Oh, let me do this real quick and pop up this so y'all can see. But I was like, Nathaniel, I don't know, man. This is one of those cases where, and I'm a big MAFEX guy, but all right, so here we go. That's the MAFEX one. And I think that hair is perfect. That's how she should look. Head sculpt's not bad on this one either. This is powered up, all in Phoenix. And, not as big a fan of the head sculpt on the Marvel Legends one. I figure out a replacement. The gold looks cool. Let me see here. But you can see here, the hair looks, the hair, if I could just swap out the hair, maybe even the head sculpt, because I feel like I could swap that. The colors on the Marvel Legends one pop a little bit better to me. I think the MAFEX is more accurate to the comic with more of a light green, but I really love the shade of gold they use here for this one. This one looks solid, but it's just, I don't know, I like the colors a little bit more with the Marvel Legends. But here, this picture just, it's a bad look. This head sculpt I thought it's not great. Her head and her cheeks look too puffy, and then her chest piece, the logo is up. It just keeps going down too low where it should end here. The sash on the belt hangs better on the Marvel Legend figure. The hips look weird on this figure. I don't know. This is a weird one because again, I'm not loving the head sculpts, but I think the Marvel Legends one is better. And again, some of that really does have to do with the fact that you're not paying over $100 for that Marvel Legends figure. Rick Cage says, best Build-A-Figure, Zabu wins. I feel like he's going to be the real popular choice there. But again, it was from a lack of options. Lawson Wallace, Icarus, and Odin were so solid, Doc Avenger. Henry G says, best comic figure, She-Hulk. Best Build-A-Figure, Zabu. Best MCU figure, Green Goblin. Was that 2024? Maybe? If you want to call it 2024, I will fight you on that. That was a good figure too. Best multi-pack, Cabal. Best Wildcard, Danny Cash, Ghost Rider. Best Deluxe, Angel. Yes, sir. In Beltran, Icarus is the wild card. Surprise how good it is. Really? I mean, when they showed Icarus, I was like, wow, because he was on that league list. I'm like, are they really going to do more Eternals? But the job they did on him was so surprising. Like, wow, what a great figure. World Warrior, the HasLab Giant Man, not in my top 3 Marvel Legends, but definitely my top 10. The stiff fingers just ruined it. So, as a general rule, I do not put HasLabs in mind because you're paying so much more. That figure should blow away a $25 figure, should blow away a deluxe. So, unless there's some real major problems with it where you can't stand any breaks, it should be better than the general figure you can find at the store. But yeah, I'm not really feeling the stiff fingers. Although Lawson said he didn't have as much problems with his. Snake Eyes, comic, Angel, MCU, Deadpool from Deadpool and Wolverine. Not bad. G-Brew, this year is one of the Marvel Legends' best years. If the Rogue and Destiny 2-pack had actual accessories, it would have been a contender. But it would have taken a lot to top Danny and Luke, who had multiple head sculpts, hand sculpts, and they scaled in perfectly with each other. They were so fun to pose and just have doing stuff because you don't need a team. You've got them right there. Luke Cage and Iron Fist. Boris Mortis, I forgot about Punisher. Not my favorite version, but it is awesome. Yes. AJ, Deluxe Ghost Rider. That counts. Multi-pack. It does, because I mean, he's got a bike with him. How would it not count? Multi-pack, the Cabal, Wildcard, She-Hulk, MCU, I'll say Wolverine. Articulation isn't the best, but they nailed the design. Build-A-Figure, I didn't complete one this year. Same. Lawson. Would love to get that Deluxe Angel released again, but with the blue and white version of the costume the second time around. The second time around. I mean, I want that too. So, yeah. And I think they could cheat with that and give us blue skin angel head sculpt as well. So we could have that one just reuse one of the ones from the first angel. Give us that one. And just paint it blue, of course. And give us a blue skin, blonde hair flowing. And that way you've got your angel where he's still weeding off the influence by Apocalypse. That'd be great. Another way to incentivize people to buy it again. Henry G, a little cheap for me. HasLab Giant Man has to be mentioned. I mean, I'm definitely not going to argue with you. He should be on a list, right? Blades Harpley. I really love the classic Iron Man figs. Silver and gold, both really well done. They were. I was just figuring out the articulation was going to be so, but they were really well done. And having the original Avengers, it was so like, oh man, we have done it. We're talking, rocking with, cooking with gasoline here. Let me see how hard that would be to pull up, because it was, again, a very fun figure. More straight. So easy. I love it when it's actually that easy. But I don't love it when it didn't work. Okay. But now, of course, I've got all these retro figures. So putting in retro Iron Man pulls up Cobra Commander and a bunch of other figures too. But yeah, Blake, I really love this Iron Man. And let's see. Let's pull some pictures. This is my gallery. Get these two together. And I love that there's actual differences between them. Like, they took the extra amount of time. They gave us the skirt, gave us a different belt for the gold Iron Man. You can see his eyes, which definitely is a win for me in this category. We haven't seen too many Iron Man figures from Hasbro where you can see Iron Man or Tony Stark's eyes underneath. That was really cool. Let's see what else we got here. I know I took an Avenger shot, but let's see. There you go. I mean, that looks so cool. And I wish we had this is like the Jack Kirby Toy Biz figure that's not left my collection yet. Hint, hint, Hasbro. But having this shot with these guys, so cool. So that was a big win for me in my collection this year. Actually having the original Avengers all together. Very fun. King Elector. Yeah. She-Hulk, another contender. Every time I try to pick the best, I remember another great figure that I didn't think of. I know it was like 10 is too hard to narrow down. And I feel like from 5 on, you could argue that any one of them could be number one and not have a big argument. Lawson, Giant Man delivered for me. It lived up to the hype. Didn't have the fingers issue since I used a blow dryer and took my time with the fingers. Yeah. And Beltran, favorite Wolverine has been Secret Wars. Brown suit all day. Maybe we'll see one tomorrow from X-Men 97. Who knows? David Thanos, MCU Green Goblin, honorable mention. It is a nice figure and a good value compared to that Figure Arts version. Lawson, we need to throw over that John Buscema intensity. Yeah. I mean, you can say that for all the Avengers, right? Ryan Daly, I wish the Secret Wars Wolverine Brown was darker. I get the homage they were going for, but I prefer more comic accurate than vintage toy accurate. Yeah. I feel like they don't do chases, but I felt like that would have been a good opportunity for like a Hasbro Pulse exclusive version. Movie Carnage, says Snake Eyes. Solid. Devin B. Punisher Bushwhacker was a fun surprise. Skeleton Crews, Goonies meets Star Wars. Really cool. Yeah, absolutely. Willie Bowman. Favorite fig, Corsair. Favorite Build-A-Figure, Zabu. Favorite Tupac. Crystal, Lockjaw. Favorite multi-pack, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, that set was great. Wildcard, X-Men 97, Madeline Pryor, who's not left my desk just yet. And she is really, I mean, for what they were going for, even though the legs aren't painted properly, it's cool to have her in the collection. Favorite Deluxe, Kane the Conqueror. That's a good choice, too. Spider fan, love Giant Man, but the eye issues still annoy me. I believe they might send out the new eyes this month. They should. And we're just starting off in December, but yeah, you're right about that. I remember seeing mid-December on the customer service email, if I remember correctly. You do. So yeah, it's almost that time. Ben Doom, my favorite for 2024. Number 1, Iron Fist. 2-pack. Gong. Oh, Iron Fist 2-pack. 2. Gong Studios Kingdom Come Superman. Nice. Excuse me. 3. Mezco Golden Age Batman. 4. 4A. YOLO Park Megatron. And I did finally put them together. The YOLO Park Optimus Prime. Oh, man. Yeah, he lives up to the hype. I still haven't gotten a battery in there to light him up, but oh my gosh, this is a fun figure, and it's not a good thing because this figure is really great. And yeah, will this be the only YOLO Park figure I get? Probably not. YOLO Park Starscream. Nice. I didn't realize Starscream was out too. Maurice, those Superior Spider-Man Waldos are anxiety. Really? Did you have problems moving them around? Maybe just heat them up, because I had them in and they were not a problem afterwards. But yeah, they shouldn't give you too many issues. Cornell Jones, Taskmaster deserves some recognition. Head sculpt and accessories, fire. He would be higher up if I had that set and was not like, I'll wait till Black Friday to get it. Bad call. Willie Bowman, by the way, the X-Men episode was a 2-parter called One Man's Worth. Thank you. Alicia Keys would have words with them. Vin Doom. Oh, and number 5 favorite, Legends of Cabal 3-pack. The pain of not ordering that when I should have. Lawson. I love to get the classic Morlocks in a 5-pack. An original pitiful looking Caliban and a more I got punched in the face Callisto. The Callisto we got was way far too pretty. You are right. Eric, what's up, man? Ghost Rider's top 5 for sure. Punisher, Bushwhacker, and Kazar and Zabu. Nice. Yeah, she did need that hook nose. Henry G, this is a hard one. Marvel Legends went all the way in this year. All the way in. Yeah, they were killing it. Did Legends ever do a Spy Master? They did. Shouldn't be too hard to find for you because there's no other Spy Masters in my... wait, you said Spy Master. Yes, they did do Spy Master. I was thinking Flag Smasher. That's who it was. I was like, wait, that's not who you were asking about. Yes, Spy Master is cool. It's Bucky Cap mold, so you know what you're working with. But they actually sculpted that little part on the top there, and then the cool head sculpt. So outside of this so outdated mold, it's a really good figure, and the colors really do pop, especially when you have him going against Iron Man with his red and yellow, little blue and yellow. Really cool, and he stands up pretty nicely against the 80th anniversary Iron Man and Daredevil, just so you can see another one with that Bucky Cap mold. But it's a nice figure, and he's one where it's like, I'm happy to have him, and I'm not going to be like, oh man, we need an updated Spy Master. No, I'm good with that version we got. King Collector, that Ghost Rider was too small. It reminds me of that Mattel DC Universe original blue-black costume Sinestro that was so small I couldn't even display him with the collection. I had that figure too, and I was glad they re-released him because it was like, he looked so tiny. Blake, Chris Starr has to be the ultimate wild card. You're right. That is a good call. Ryan says, regarding Callisto, I don't think they know how to do intentionally ugly women. They can do it accidentally all the time. We'll figure it out. MAFEX hair is way better. Yeah, I mean, because it looks like the comic book. G-Brew, both the MAFEX and Marvel Legends Phoenix are excellent. The MAFEX may be the better actual figure, but the sheer amount of stuff you get for the price of Marvel Legends puts it over the top. Yeah, I agree. G-Brew, they have the MAFEX Phoenix figure crunched over too much and the sash is sitting too high in that picture. She looks so much better posed. Okay. Jalen, man, I'm missing everything. I got a phone call. I'm having trouble ending it. Hopefully it's not regarding yesterday's events. David Thanos, pair of wild cards, Spider Shot, and Tombstone. That's right. Tombstone was this year. Now he's up in Ollie's. Ryan, yes. Yeah. Blue and yellow costume. He was okay. Very simple. Yeah. Mr. Jones, Justin and Shalimar. Hold up. Listen. I try to work in all kinds of references every episode. So if you catch them like you just did, you'll notice them more often. Lawson, I use a brown Gundam pen to finish off the paint outline into that gold Iron Man. Oh, I need to see how that turned out. Rick Cage, Quicksilver, and Venompool. Yes, and Quicksilver is really good. I just got the wrong colors, but good figure. Maurice, I really want to reissue that Hank Pym and Wasp 2-pack. It came and went too fast for me. Yeah, they need to get that back out there because that was a strong 2-pack that everyone who wants it should have a real legitimate chance to get it again. Spider fan, I like an updated Hulk in that style, more classic Frankenstein monster look. Yeah, preferably in the trunks, so I can have that look for him too. Ryan Daly, my kid loves the various Iron Man armor, so I got him the extremist version for the Puff Adderweight. Yes, it's a good one. Ryan, thanks for hanging out with us, man. Appreciate it. Have a good weekend. Maurice, Quicksilver deserves a pair of chopping hands for running shots. Yes, and they had one in the other one, which is weird. And that figure, the blue and white one, has like that pearlescent white, so it's kind of silvery white, which makes sense for Quicksilver. Not so much when you're trying to mash them up, but they're wrong colored anyway. Lawson, my thoughts on 2024 Legends line. An improvement over the previous few years, better skulls, better paint, better choices for characters. I mean, we got a decent Dum Dum Dugan this year. How cool is that? That's a very cool figure. Randall G. Need a yellow jacket and Simonson Thor armor. Yes. And Warriors 3, Sif and Heimdall. Yes. Yes to all that. Next year, we're getting Ron, baby. Can't wait. Exactly. Maurice, love those Yolo Park figures. Only got 2 so far, but want to get more. Which 2 do you have? Randall G. Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime is my number 1. Kind of feel like he's going to be for a lot of people. Nathaniel Avery, +1 vote for Studio Series 86 Prime. Lawson, one thing Hasbro did not hear from fans this year. My Giant Man fingers are too loose. They did not. Lawson, Spy Master looks awesome. Gonna get him. Yes. Henry G. Yeah, forgot Chris Star. Right. There's just so many great figures. Blades Hartley, Marvel Legends so needs an updated Sunfire. Speaking of Bucky Cat molds. He wasn't on the Bucky Cat mold. He was on another one, but I know he wasn't on the Bucky Cat mold. I think he was on he's one of the Spider-Man molds. I want to say the Pizza Spider-Man. No, not the pizza one. Of course, now I'm trying to remember it and blanking totally on it. But he wasn't on that one. He had butterfly shoulders, which is why I know he didn't have that one. Ugh, this is from 2017, so you have to bear with the less than stellar photos. But here you go. This is the Sunfire that we got from them. So he's not using the Bucky Cat mold. Let me see if I wrote it down. Oh, the newer 2099 Spider-Man buck. So there you go. So yeah, it is definitely not that atrocious Bucky Cat mold. So there you go. That's what he looks like. So he fits in pretty well. I had to check around real fast. Let me go to my Storm and Thunderbird review, because that way I would have him pose better with Thunderbird. And you can actually see him and how he matches up, because they did a good job, I thought, choosing a mold that doesn't make him look too gigantic next to other X-Men when he was smaller. Oh, boo. Let's see. Well, here's one picture so you can get a sense of how he scales in with them. There you go. Sunfires to the right, of course. And let's do. Let me find this other longer, wider shot with Sunfire so you can get a real. There we go. So definitely not that terrible Bucky Cat mold. And speaking of terrible, let's get a new Banshee in the green and yellow Hasbro. We're going to end another year without me getting that guy added to my collection. But whatever. I'm not bitter. I'm not mad. We're going to get him eventually. Supposedly he's on the league list. Maybe we'll see him tomorrow. That'd be awesome. Oh, Kirby Hulk would be killer for 2025. Yes. Mr. Jones, I got that Hank and Wasp 2-pack free because my buddy ordered it and FedEx lost it. So Hasbro sent him a replacement and the original showed up a week later. Be glad that this was not NECA. They'd be coming for your friend. Maurice, MK, Non-Pro, Optimus, and Bumblebee. Nice. Seeing Chris Star makes me want an Iceman. Yeah, an actual good one, Maurice. I mean, because we still don't have that yet. Nathaniel Avery, not a figure of the year, but props to Hasbro for giving us Wolfsbane a complete X Factor. Yes. Big round of applause. Thank you for completing the team that we've been waiting to get completed for a while. Boston, a really nice Iceman would be good. One not too thin, the classic blocky head like from the Spider-Man and Amazing Friends without the cell shading. Yes. Blake, haha. Actually, isn't it called the Sunfire Mold? Spider-Man 2099. Sunfire and the Sunfire Mold. And I'm back. What's up, Jameline? So much. It's just everyone saying they were sad you weren't talking. Oh, Lou, Danny Ketch. He's a popular choice tonight. King Elector. The Magic Square Optimus destroys the Studio 86. I think they're around the same price. Blake Hartley, new Cyclops. The Scuba 1980 version. Hopefully. I'm really hoping for that. All right. Well, I think that's everything. I think everybody's pulled out their choices after work, but it won't be too late because I get home earlier tomorrow. I'll be doing a reaction to the live stream from Marvel Legends, the Marvel Legends team tomorrow. So stay tuned. I can't wait to break down hopefully some very exciting reveals. And I guess we'll see the pre-orders next week, but more Marvel Legends to show. A few more weeks left in December. So hopefully we got another Transformers, G.I. Joe, Star Wars live streams in us. So we can get some more figures coming out for the year that is 2025. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out, spending your Thursday night with me. I really appreciate it. I'm back on tomorrow at some point, so stay tuned. But for now, this episode of Loud's Figure Files has been filed.